right, part 2, changes that worked. We skipped Lotus, the Lotus Eaters, and Aeolus, the king who gave them the wind bag. I'm okay with skipping both of these. What they really mostly did was show how inept and stupid Odysseus' crew is, and we get examples of them kind of being like that later, mostly with them eating the sun cow. They do end up looking better. The crew as a whole looks better throughout the entire adventure, just due to the changes in the plot. So they don't look as stupid, but I was okay with skipping that. Polyphemus. So one of Odysseus' most famous scenes is the Nobody scene, where he tricks Polyphemus into thinking his name is Nobody, so no one goes to Polyphemus' aid when he basically shouts that nobody blinded him, because people think, well, if nobody blinded you, then no one did anything. Why would we help? Because the truth is there were a lot of Cyclopses on that island. But they skipped over that completely for the horror of it, because with Polyphemus, and even with the Laestrygonian giants, the world is depicted as being much more horrifying. You live in this world with gods and monsters, and you can't stop them. The first thing the Cyclops does the minute Polyphemus walks in is he starts eating people immediately. There is no room for discussion. There is nothing. In the book, there is a full-on argument over them killing some of his sheep, and about Xenia, which is Zeus's law. I'll get to that later. So in the movie, they just jump straight into the horror. They make it a lot more terrifying. So I'm actually, the way they did it, I honestly didn't even realize that the whole Nobody scene was skipped until afterwards. So I was okay with that. We also skipped over Nestor. So one of the people Telemachus visits is this guy named Nestor, who also fought at Troy. And you know what? I'm okay with skipping Nestor, even if it does kind of stop giving Telemachus a friend, because he becomes friends with Nestor's son. Because Nestor's kind of a blowhard, and it's not really that important to the plot. And it gave us more time with Menelaus and Helen, and they were, I think that one, the actors did a great job, but two, it really helped set up a lot of things for Telemachus' character and give us parallels in the story. Also, we skipped over a lot of people in the underworld, which I'm mostly okay with, because in the original chapter, when Odysseus goes to the underworld, he talks to a lot of people, like people he fought with in the war, his mother, some other famous people who are just there because they're dead. And we really only talked to Sinon and to Agamemnon, which I was actually okay with, though I would have preferred if they included his mom, because I think that part was kind of, that part felt important to me when I read it in the book. Maybe it's just because I love my own mom, but I feel like they should have included that. But I was mostly okay with skipping over everyone else in the underworld. We only have so much time. And we also skipped the Phaeacians. So after he leaves Calypso's island, he washes up on the Phaeacian shore, where they give him a boat and some other stuff. And then he sails to Ithaca. I was okay with skipping them because they didn't really add a lot more to the plot. It was just sort of an extra stop. So for the most part, yeah, I think most of these changes worked.